In a forgotten corner of the great city of New York, lives Anna, a 19-year-old girl whose life has been a constant fight against poverty and hopelessness. Since she was little, she has known more shortcomings than fulfilled dreams, and every day seems like an endless battle to survive. But one day, fate leads her to an unexpected encounter that will change her life forever. Anna works as a waitress in a modest cafe, where the clientele is as diverse as the city itself. There, an older man with a distinguished appearance and always well-dressed becomes a regular customer. Arthur, 75, is a wealthy widower whose loneliness is evident in his tired eyes. He always orders the same thing, a black coffee without sugar and a slice of apple pie. Anna, curious by nature, can't help but wonder what stories this man hides behind his calm facade. As the days go by, Arthur begins to talk to Anna, interested in getting to know the young woman who always serves him with a forced but sincere smile. Between conversations about life, art and time, Anna discovers that Arthur is more than a client. He is a man who has experienced life's deepest joys and sorrows. But what catches his attention most is the rumor of his immense fortune and the life insurance that accompanies it, a sum that could change anyone's life. One night, while Anna returns to her small apartment, the idea germinates in her mind. What if? He asks himself, feeling a mixture of guilt and hope. The possibility of approaching Arthur with the intention of securing his financial future becomes a temptation that is increasingly difficult to ignore. Anna knows that her intentions are not pure, but the hunger for a better life, far from the misery she has known, is too strong an impulse. The days go by, and Anna, increasingly closer to Arthur, finds herself in a moral dilemma. On the one hand, the life of luxury you could obtain seems as attractive as it is unattainable. On the other hand, the thought of using a man who shows her genuine kindness torments her. However, the need and desire to escape from his current life begins to overcome any moral scruples. One afternoon, Arthur invites her to dinner. For Anna, this is more than a simple invitation, it's an opportunity. He dresses in his best clothes, trying to hide his nervousness and his true intentions. During dinner, Arthur talks about his late wife, the good times they shared, and the loneliness he feels since she left. Anna, listening attentively, feels trapped between her own emotions and the mission she has imposed on herself. At the end of the night, as Arthur walks her to the door, Anna feels a pang of remorse. But then, Arthur takes her hand and says, "Anna, you are a special young woman. You remind me of someone I used to know. I want you to keep coming to see me. You keep me company." At that moment, Anna feels a mix of confusion and purpose. He knows that he has crossed a line, that he has taken the first step towards a path from which there may be no return. The intrigue has begun, and Anna finds herself trapped in a dangerous game. Her feelings are conflicted, and the weight of her decisions begins to fall on her. As she walks away, the question lingers in her mind. Will she be able to follow through with her plan, or will she discover something that will make her question everything? Thus begins a story full of mixed emotions, difficult decisions, and an uncertain future. The relationship between Anna and Arthur begins to blossom unexpectedly. Every afternoon, Anna finds herself eagerly anticipating her next encounter with the older man. At first, it is simply a strategic interest, one more step towards your plan. However, little by little, something deeper begins to emerge. Arthur listens to her, understands her, and for the first time in her life, Anna feels that someone values her not for what she can offer, but for who she is. One night, as they walk through the park, Arthur looks at her with a warmth that unnerves her. "Anna," he says in a soft voice, "you remind me of my youth, of those days when life was full of possibilities." Anna smiles, but inside she feels a whirlwind of emotions. How can this man, who barely knows her, see anything special in her? As he talks about his past, the dreams he once had, and the hopes he still holds, Anna feels trapped between two worlds, that of his calculating plan and that of a genuine connection she never expected to find. As they spend more time together, Anna faces an internal conflict. Conversations with Arthur become more intimate, and Anna finds herself opening up in ways she never has before. She tells him about her difficult childhood, her absent mother, and her struggle to survive in a world that seemed determined to leave her behind. Arthur listens carefully, his eyes full of understanding and compassion. "You didn't deserve that," he tells her one night, with a firmness that disarms her. "You are strong, Anna. You deserve better." These words, so simple but so loaded with meaning, resonate in Anna's heart. She begins to question her intentions, to wonder if she can really follow through with her plan without hurting someone who, against all odds, she has come to care about. But the reality of his situation doesn't go away. Every time she returns to her small apartment, with the walls peeling off and the refrigerator almost empty, the harsh truth of her life hits her hard. She needs that money, that life insurance, to escape the poverty that has kept her chained. One afternoon, while they are on the terrace of an elegant restaurant, Arthur casually mentions that he has no direct heirs. "Everything I have," he says, looking at the horizon, "I don't know who I'll leave it to when I'm gone." Anna feels a knot in her stomach. Here it is, the opportunity you've been waiting for, the sign that your plan may work. But instead of feeling excited, she feels a strange sadness. How far has she fallen to consider taking advantage of a man who has treated her so kindly? The dilemma intensifies when Arthur, in an unexpected act, invites her to his house for the first time. It is an impressive mansion, full of memories of a rich life full of experiences. Anna walks through the hallways, looking at photos of a happy young couple, trips and events. Arthur tells him about his wife, how they met and how she was the love of his life. The way he talks about her, with a mix of nostalgia and affection, makes Anna feel a pang of guilt. At the end of the night, as they say goodbye, Arthur looks her in the eyes and says, "Anna, I want you to know that you are important to me. I don't know what I would do without your company." Anna, with a tight heart, smiles and nods. But inside, doubts and guilt accumulate. Will he be able to go ahead with his plan? Can he betray someone who has unknowingly touched his heart in a way no one else has? The question remains in the air, unanswered, as Anna walks away into the night, with the sound of her footsteps echoing in the void. The plan is in motion, but the road ahead is filled with uncertainty and conflicting emotions. Anna finds herself at a crossroads, trapped between the desire for a better future and the weight of her own conscience. The relationship between Anna and Arthur continues to evolve, and what began as a calculated plan turns into an unexpected emotional connection. Anna finds herself in a whirlwind of contradictory feelings. Guilt, affection, and despair intertwine, creating a storm that disorients her. Meanwhile, Arthur's health begins to show signs of deterioration. Minor dizziness, tiredness, and a persistent cough that doesn't seem to go away. Anna watches these changes with a mix of genuine concern and hidden fear, aware that time is a crucial factor in her plan. One afternoon, while they are walking in the park, Arthur stops suddenly, placing a hand on his chest. "I'm fine," he says with a forced smile, trying to downplay the discomfort that clearly afflicts him. Anna, with her heart racing, feels a pang of panic. He realizes that Arthur's life is more fragile than he thought, and with it, his future also hangs in the balance. But what scares her most is the growing anguish she feels at the thought of losing him. That same night, while Arthur rests at home, Anna stays next to him, observing him in silence. He is asleep, his breathing calm but weak. At that moment, Anna feels invaded by a wave of tenderness and compassion. How did he come to care so much? The question resonates in his mind, accompanied by the image of his previous life, full of shortcomings and sacrifices. Anna wonders if she will ever allow herself to feel true love, or if she will always be conditioned by her circumstances. The days pass and Arthur's health does not improve. Visits to the doctor become more frequent, and Anna becomes her main support. She feels trapped in a web of her own feelings, unable to distinguish between what is real and what is part of her plan. During one of these visits, the doctor approaches Anna with a serious expression. Arthur needs rest, she tells him. His condition is delicate. Anna nods, trying to maintain her composure, but inside she feels herself crumbling. The reality of the situation hits her hard. The man he had planned to use to secure his future might not have much time. That night, while Arthur sleeps, Anna sits in the living room, hugging a cup of hot tea. She feels alone and lost, facing a truth she cannot deny. Arthur has come to mean something to her, beyond money, beyond the plan. But at the same time, her need to escape her life of poverty continues to haunt her, like a shadow she cannot leave behind. What to do when the heart and mind are in conflict? How to choose between financial security and the possibility of sincere love? Anna is torn between despair and hope. He knows that time is running out, that he will soon have to make a decision. Will she go ahead with her plan, taking advantage of Arthur's vulnerable situation, or will she allow her feelings to guide her down an uncertain but perhaps more honest path? The tension grows, and with it, Anna's anguish, who feels trapped at a crossroads with no way out. The hardest part of your dilemma is knowing that no matter what you choose, someone will get hurt. Whether it be herself, losing an opportunity to improve her life, or Arthur, realizing that the young woman he trusts is not who he thinks she is. With each passing day, Anna feels the pressure increasing, and the guilt becomes heavier. She knows that soon she will have to face the truth, but she is not ready to do so yet. And all the while, she clings to the moments with Arthur, trying to enjoy his company, knowing that their time together might be shorter than she would like. Uncertainty is a weight that you carry in your heart, and doubt becomes your constant companion. Anna finds herself on the edge of an emotional abyss, not knowing if she can find the courage to jump or if she will be trapped forever in her own internal conflict. The situation becomes increasingly tense, and Anna feels like a rope stretched to the limit. Arthur's health continues to deteriorate, and with every cough, with every wince, Anna feels her own heart break a little more. But what torments her most is not Arthur's illness, but the weight of her own secret, a secret that grows like a dark shadow on her conscience. One day, while they are sitting in the garden of the mansion, Arthur takes her hand and says, "And there is something I want to tell you." His voice is soft, but filled with a seriousness he's never shown before. Anna feels a knot in her stomach, anticipating what is to come. Arthur looks into her eyes, and in that instant, she realizes that something important is about to be revealed. Arthur begins to talk about his past, his youth full of mistakes and bad decisions. He talks about a woman, the love of his life before his wife, a young woman with whom he had a passionate but brief relationship. Anna listens attentively, feeling a mixture of curiosity and concern. But then, Arthur mentions something that leaves her paralyzed. The woman became pregnant, and he never knew what became of her or the child. "I've always wondered what happened to that baby," she says with a sigh. "If he would be okay, if he would know anything about me." Anna feels a chill run through her body. Could it be that Arthur is talking about her? Is it possible that her mother, always silent about her past, was that woman? The pieces begin to fit together in her mind, and the horror of the possibility overwhelms her. But before he can say anything, Arthur continues, "I have been searching, trying to find my son, but I have never been successful. Now, with my health deteriorating, I fear I will never meet him." Arthur's words hit her like a torrent of cold water. Reality collapses on her, crushing her with its weight. If what he suspects is true, then Arthur could be his father. The idea fills her with a deep terror, a fear of the truth she had not anticipated. Anna feels that her world is falling apart, that everything she had planned is vanishing into thin air. How can he go ahead with his plan, knowing he could be hurting his own father? In the days that follow, Anna finds herself in a state of total confusion. Arthur's revelation has left her reeling, unable to think clearly. Her feelings for him become more complex, intertwining tenderness with fear, compassion with despair. Anna doesn't know what to do, whether to confront him with her suspicions or remain silent. The possibility that Arthur is her father fills her with indescribable terror, a fear of losing him before knowing the truth. One day, Anna decides to look for answers. He rummages through his mother's old things, looking for some clue, some sign that confirms his worst fears. Finally, he finds an old letter, yellowed with time. It is a love letter, written by Arthur to his mother, confirming what Anna feared so much. Tears begin to fall down her face, as the reality of her situation becomes clear. Arthur is his father. The man he had planned to manipulate for money is his own father. Anna feels like her world is falling apart. Guilt consumes her, and the anguish of having considered taking advantage of him tears her inside. But the worst thing is the uncertainty. What will he do now? How will you face the truth? Anna feels trapped at a crossroads, unable to move forward, not knowing which path to take. The pain is unbearable, and the truth is too heavy to bear. Anna knows that her life will never be the same, that everything has changed forever. The question now is, what will you do with this new reality? The truth weighs on Anna's heart like an immovable stone. After discovering that Arthur is her father, guilt and confusion consume her, leaving her in a state of constant anguish. Each encounter with him becomes a test of his emotional strength, a dangerous game of lies and secrets. Anna finds herself at a crossroads: reveal the truth and face the consequences, or move forward with her plan, risking hurting someone who, against all odds, has come to mean so much to her. One afternoon, while they are in the mansion's garden, Arthur observes her with a look full of tenderness and concern. "Anna, I've noticed you're distant lately," he says softly. "Is there something you want to tell me?" His voice is full of sincerity, and Anna feels her throat close, unable to form words. The pressure of her secret suffocates her, and for a moment, she considers confessing everything. But the fear of losing Arthur, of being rejected, stops her. Instead of speaking, Anna simply shakes her head, forcing a smile. "It's nothing, I'm just tired," she replies, trying to sound convincing. But Arthur is not fooled. His eyes, full of wisdom and experience, look at her with a mixture of doubt and concern. "You know you can trust me," he says in a firm but loving tone. "No matter what it is, I will always be here for you." These words resonate in Anna's heart, filling her with a mixture of relief and pain. She wants so badly to believe him, to trust him, but the fear of the truth consumes her. That night, in her small room, Anna faces her inner demons. Arthur's words haunt her, and she realizes she is on the brink of a crucial decision. Can he move forward with his plan, knowing what he now knows? Or will he have the courage to face the truth and risk everything? Guilt follows her like a shadow, whispering in her ear, reminding her of every moment she had considered taking advantage of Arthur. Anna feels dirty, unworthy of the affection he has shown her. And as the days go by, the burden becomes unbearable. Anna begins to avoid Arthur, fearing that each encounter will reveal her true feelings. But Arthur, with his keen intuition, is not fooled. He knows something is wrong, but he respects Anna's space, waiting patiently for her to be ready to talk. One day, while Anna is alone in the house, she finds herself looking at an old photo of Arthur and his mother. In the image, both young and radiant, smile at the camera with a happiness that seems unattainable. Anna feels a knot in her stomach when she sees the similarity between them. The reality of their connection hits her hard, and for the first time, she allows herself to cry. The tears flow freely, carrying with them the weight of his guilt, his pain, and his fear. Anna knows that she can't continue like this, that sooner or later she will have to face the truth. But the question remains, how? How will he tell Arthur that she is his daughter, that the young woman he has come to appreciate is actually the result of a long-lost love? Uncertainty consumes her, and Anna realizes that she is on the edge of an emotional precipice. The decisions she makes in the coming days will define her life, and she knows it. But in the meantime, all she can do is wait, trapped in a limbo of conflicting emotions. Anguish, guilt, and love intertwine, creating a whirlwind in her heart that threatens to consume her. Anna feels more lost than ever, trapped in a situation she never imagined and without knowing how to escape.